Welcome to beautiful, sunny Southern California for the 2001 Napa Auto Parts 500.
And fittingly enough, Bill, the field is led off by Napa Auto Parts number 15 car, Michael Walker, with Tony Stewart to the outside.
Yes, and further back in the field, there are a few storylines we are following as well. The number 30 Richard Childress racing car is back this week, but not with Kevin Harvick. Rick Mast, who lost his ride after the number 50 Midwest Transit Racing team shut down a few weeks ago, has been brought on board to help bring that car further up in owner points by having it run more weeks.
Further back, we got the 62 Brennan Gaughan is also back this week. He made the field at Las Vegas, had a good run there, and he decided to enter another one of these West Coast races that Orleans team.
6 cars got sent home on qualifying day yesterday. Shauna Robinson, her number 84 Michael Krenifus Racing Ford makes their first attempt of the year, but that ends up with them going home. Buckshot Jones, Ron Hornaday, Hermie Sadler, John Andretti, and Kyle Petty also join Shauna Robinson on that D&Q list.
And don't forget Darrell Waltrip in the 45 car again this week. This will be his third or fourth planned races in there to try to get them up in the points.
Yes, Darrell to watch in the back, but Michael Waltrip leads them to the green flag, and we are racing here at California Speedway.
Good launch there by old Mikey. He's had a few good runs in that 15 car so far this year, but we haven't talked about him a whole lot. And look at it though, Tony is already looking to his inside as they come out of the backstretch.
You see Waltrip's teammate, Steve Park, and actually all 3 of those Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also in that draft on the outside, but it looks like the inside will prevail going through turns 3 and 4. And Stewart, with Mike Skinner and the 40 of Sterling Marlin in tow, will lead lap 1.
Yeah, we've got the battle of the home improvement stores up front right now. We've got the Lowe's versus Home Depot. Skinner looking to the inside. He had a great run here last year, I believe, and still looking for that first Winston Cup win. And I have to imagine too, seeing Mast in that 30 car run so well, Harvick, his seat's got to be starting to get a little warm if he doesn't have a good year this year.
Probably best not to speculate about driver contracts this early in the season, Chip, but yes, Skinner getting a great push there from Marlin around Stewart, and he will lead the second lap as defending Winston Cup Series champion Bobby Labonte comes into view.
Well, Bobby got that big win a couple weeks ago at Martinsville, and he's on board with Sterling. He's going to make a pass on the inside of Skinner for the lead. With Sterling now heading down the backstretch with Labonte, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in tow behind him.
Sterling Marlin has generally had a pretty good start to 2001 through the first 9 races, but is still looking for a first win. We'll have to see if he can get that here today.
Bobby Labonte, though, is sticking to that rear bumper of that 40 car pretty good right now. He could be leading this thing in a lap or 2 if Sterling's not careful.
Yes, Labonte with a look to the inside there through turns 1 and 2. Mostly single file now up front, although we do have a little bit of action further back there with Skinner now to the outside of Jerry Nadeau.
Sterling, here he goes up the racetrack a little bit. This may give Bobby a chance to get to his inside. We also got to point out his teammate, Kenny Irwin, is also running the top 5 right now. Both of those Chip Ganassi Racing Dodgers are looking great today so far.
Yes, they are, Chip, as Bobby Labonte now appears to have a fairly commanding lead, getting a little bit of space there between him and Jeff Gordon, as the 30 car of Rick Mast is trying to look into the top 5 for the first time.
Man, that's just got to feel great for Rick. He's usually running the back in his Midwest racing cars just to have a chance in an RCR car. It's great for him.
Yes, it is. Bobby Labonte pulling away. Coming up on the quarter-way mark through this race, and Kenny Irwin is right on the heels of Bobby Labonte now. He's been out front for a little while now. Look to the inside there. May not be making the move quite yet, but he seems to really have a knack for these intermediate tracks this season, doesn't he, Chip?
Yeah, well, Kenny actually led the most laps at Atlanta in early 1998, one of his first races on these intermediates. So, we've always known he has skills here, but yeah, he won Las Vegas, and now he's leading out here at Fontana. Although, look at that, Dale Earnhardt Jr., another one of those juniors, is right behind Kenny Irwin Jr., and we got Kenny Irwin's teammate, Sterling Marlin, who led earlier, trying to come back into this conversation as well.
Yeah, things have settled down a little bit up front. Say Steve Park, Dale Earnhardt Jr. team, and Kenny Irwin has caught some lap traffic, but I think he's also getting ready to come down pit road, and he's bringing a whole bunch of leaders with him.
Yes, he is, Bill. His teammate Sterling Marlin, the one at Park, Terry Labonte, Stewart, Bobby Labonte. It's going to be feet time down here on pit road, and we'll see if Kenny Irwin can maintain his lead here as he heads towards his box.
Leaders have reached their stalls. Irwin is in, Labonte is in, there comes Earnhardt Jr. Should be 4 tires and fuel all around. Maybe some minor adjustments on a few of these cars as well. Looks like Irwin is almost completed with his service. Terry Labonte down as well. But look at this. Sterling Marlin, Kenny Irwin's teammate, is going to beat him in that race off pit road.
Yeah, great job there by Sterling, and who knows, maybe that'll end up being a race down the stretch. We'll have to see what happens as they blend into traffic and get back up to speed here. But right now, it looks like one way or the other, Chip Ganassi Racing is sitting in the catbird seat right now.
The lap car there of Robbie Gordon gets around them to the outside and gets back on the lead lap. But yes, now Sterling Marlin leading at California Speedway.
And now Marlin trying to relap the 96 there of Robbie Gordon, his teammate Kenny Irwin, still right behind him. It's a 2-horse race right now. Sterling up the racetrack a little bit, got a little loose there. And now Kenny is coming down the inside. Going to be a drag race side by side down the backstretch.
Overall, say the 40 pit crew did a great job getting him on and off pit road there. Got him the lead, but that 42 just seems to be a little bit stronger today. I heard that they are using that same car they won with at Las Vegas back in March, and I can see why. That thing is just flying away from Sterling Marlin now into a very comfortable lead. We're coming up on the closing stages here of the Napa Auto Parts 500. And coming to the white flag, Kenny Irwin Jr., followed by his teammate Sterling Marlin. Looks to be in position for his second career NASCAR Winston Cup Series victory.
Yeah, well, just like in Las Vegas, Marlin got second there, but he had to make a last lap pass at Las Vegas to pass Marlin for that win. Today, he's smooth sailing, got a couple car lengths between them. Just has to be smooth through turns 3 and 4, and he will have himself another win.
Coming off turn 4, Kenny Irwin Jr. is going to win here at California Speedway for his second win of 2001.
Nice job by Kenny there. So that win will move him up in the standings a little bit. Looks like up to 6th. And Jeff Gordon now has retaken the points lead by just 6 points over Ricky Rudd, who got it last week after the win at Talladega.
Time for some Saturday night short track racing. Welcome to Richmond, Virginia, where the last driver to win on a short track, Bobby Labonte, leads from the pole, with last week's winner, Kenny Irwin Jr., to his outside.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr., the winner of this event last year, starts third. He'll definitely be one to watch tonight.
A few less entries here tonight at Richmond than we had at California Speedway last week. The 3 cars going home are Kyle Petty, Hermie Sadler, and Hut Strickland. Also worth noting, this is the first time that Darrell Waltrip has not had to use his past champion's provisional to make the field. He actually did qualify on time this week.
Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a wild ride. Green flag in the air here at Richmond International Raceway.
Good jump there by Bobby Labonte. Looks like he's going to clear Irwin into turn 1. Can Irwin get down in front of Earnhardt Jr., or is he going to be stuck on the outside for a while?
There's a little bit of a gap there. He wants to get down, but he does not take it. Looks like Junior is going to get by through to second there as Bobby Labonte easily leads on the start there. Mike Skinner looking to follow Junior through as well there.
We also see Dale Earnhardt back there. Got his first top 5 of the season last week at California Speedway, riding a streak of 3 consecutive top 10 finishes, which has really helped him recover in the point standing.
Yeah, we go on board with his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., right on the heels of Bobby Labonte. He wants to lead. Oh, we got trouble in turn 1. Ward Burton slides up on the wall. Caution flag is out. And we're going to have to re-rack him here. Looks like Bobby Labonte will win the race back to the line.
Pace car in, and once again, Bobby Labonte will lead the field of green, although this time on a single file restart. Good gap there between him and Earnhardt Jr. as they go into turn 1. Sterling Marlin, who narrowly got out-dueled by his teammate Kenny Irwin Jr. last week, runs 4th now, with Owen, it looked like back there in 6th. Labonte still leading here at Richmond International Raceway. Oh, more trouble. Rusty Wallace and the 21 of Elliott Sadler. Let's take a look at this replay here. It looks like Jeff Burton gets into the back of Rusty. He goes spinning around and right in front of a bunch of cars there.
Yeah, and boom, look at that. Into Elliott Sadler. Say Darrell Waltrip there in the 45. That's a little too close for comfort.
And coming back to the restart, Bobby Labonte leads Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Mike Skinner. Not too much shifting in the top 5 there. We see Jerry Nadeau creeping into view a little bit there with a look to the inside of Kenny Irwin Jr. And Bobby Labonte now. Bobby Labonte is still leading, but Sterling Marlin has gotten by Dale Earnhardt Jr. for second place and is now looking for the lead.
Yeah, Sterling has had some close calls this year, including leading on the last lap at Rockingham and Las Vegas. But especially with his teammate getting 2 wins, he definitely wants to get one this year and fast. And that may come tonight. That 40 car really is a silver bullet tonight.
Yes, it is. He gets around Labonte, although Labonte gets a look back to Marlin's inside. But Marlin will lead this lap here at Richmond. Sterling Marlin still leads at Richmond. Oh, and Steve Park with a slide in turn 1. That will put us under the caution for the 3rd time. And with the restart, Sterling Marlin leads over Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. now. We'll have to see, can he keep that lead? Jeff Gordon does have a win on a short track earlier this year at Bristol Motor Speedway. Sure, he would like to add another one to his win column. Oh, in trouble further back, the 4 of Bobby Hamilton, and once again, Steve Park in a wreck in turn 4. Looks like Kenny Wallace got a piece of that as well. Sterling Marlin still leading as we restart after that 4th caution. Jeff Gordon still in 2nd, followed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Bobby Labonte, who led much of the early stages of this race.
Yeah, Bobby is still in this for sure. Look at that. Dale is up to 6th place, right behind his teammate Mike Skinner.
And, yeah, definitely another good run for the 3-car of Earnhardt as he's returned to his championship form. Marlin still leading here at Richmond, over halfway. Jeff Gordon behind him. Oh, and look at that. Darrell Waltrip, as well as Kenny Wallace again. Lots of cars piling. Oh, and the leaders are sliding.
Yeah, they just got woed up a little late there. Look at that. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will win the race back for caution then.
Coming to the restart here, Earnhardt Jr. with the lap car of Ricky Craven to his inside. Sterling Marlin, again, set back after sliding, trying to avoid that accident, with Bobby Labonte behind him.
And again, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the defending winner of the spring race here at Richmond. Won here last year. That's actually his last win to date. So we'll see. Maybe he can get another one here tonight. Pulling away. Got the battle of the beer wagons up front right now, Bill. We got the Budweiser 8 car and the 40 Coors Light Dodge.
Yeah, I guess we do, Chip. Junior still holding pretty well there out front, although it looks like Marlin may have the faster car as they're coming to life here on these new tires on the restart.
Yeah, the 8 car gets really good around the straightaways, but Sterling seems to have better drive through the corners. Junior laid us another lap there. He, like his father, started somewhat deep in the standings this year, but had some good runs lately, and hopefully could become a championship contender this year as well.
Look at this though, Sterling, you actually used the bumper, it looked like, a little bit there to get to the inside of the 8 car, and he is going to be back out front here at Richmond International Raceway. We're coming up on the closing stages of the Pontiac Excitement 400. Sterling Marlin still out front here. Less than 2 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is still behind him, but I don't think he's going to get there. Sterling Marlin nearly won Dodge's first race back at Las Vegas, but his teammate Kenny Irwin Jr. got it done there. Irwin also got it done last week at California Speedway. But the number 40 is looking like it's going to come home a winner tonight.
Yeah, that was a big win for Sterling. It's been a few years since he got one of these, and we got the Winston next week. That win will lock him into that race. And Sterling Marlin wins at Richmond International Raceway.
And look at this. Dale Earnhardt gets another top 5, 2 top 5s in a row, 4 top 10s in a row. As Jeff Gordon extends his points lead, and Marlin jumps to 3rd. Welcome to NASCAR's All-Star Night. We begin with the Winston Open. Any driver who has not won a race in the past year or is a defending Winston Cup champion finds themselves here. 1996, the Winston winner, Michael Waltrip, is on the outside of the front row with Ryan Newman, who's just running a partial schedule this year in hopes of running a Rookie of the Year campaign next year, is to his inside there.
Yeah, Ryan really laid down an impressive qualifying lap, and there's still a lot of big names in this race that he helped able to get here.
Now, Chip, who's your pick to make the big show tonight?
I don't know. I got to go with that 97 car of Greg Biffle. Started 3rd. He's had a lot of great runs this year. What about you, Bill?
I don't know. I think Michael Waltrip is probably the strongest car, at least equipment-wise. Not yet in the main event, but we'll see. We're going to have the first Winston Open segment here a little longer, followed by the Winston Mobile 5 Sprint for a second slot after it. Pace car down pit road.
And green flag is waving here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ryan Newman and Michael Waltrip lead them to the start of the Winston Open. Johnny Benson way up high there trying to form a 3rd lane. There's not a lot of time in this race. It's a sprint. Double file start there. Here, they're going to be pretty lenient on the officiating tonight too with cautions. So it really is just all out. Look at that. Greg Biffle, though, running the 3rd, although Johnny Benson has managed to get to the bottom and is actually to Newman's inside coming here to the end of the first lap.
Yeah, Johnny Benson, he's come close to winning a race a couple times in the past year, including the Daytona 500. Oh, and Kevin Harvick spins through the infield back into traffic. That could be really bad. Gets, hard hit from Dave Marcus there into Harvick. But the leaders are still going. Benson is out front, followed by, you called it, Chip, Greg Biffle to the inside of Michael Waltrip. We go on board with Waltrip now, and Biffle potentially looking at the lead.
Yeah, that 97 has just been really good on his mile and a half there. Good run at Atlanta earlier this year, and this is a very similar setup to Atlanta. His teammate, Jeff Burton, won at Texas a couple weeks ago.
Bobby Hamilton is actually now in the mix. Number 4, Morgan McClure Motorsports Chevrolet creeping into view, and Jimmy Spencer as well. in the 26 car there. Benson still leading as there's just 3 laps to go in this abbreviated race. Oh, Benson way up the track there. Going to get into the wall, and that will allow Biffle to briefly lead, although the 4 of Hamilton is looking at Biffle's inside.
That would be such a massive win for that Morgan McCoy Motorsports team. They've not won anything in years, so that would be huge for them. Although, look at this, another small team, the 26 car, Jimmy Spencer for Travis Carter and that Kmart Ford. Although, now we've even got the 16 car of Kevin LePage coming into view. That new team, Hank Aaron Motorsports. Not talked about them a ton this year, but they've made every race and really put together a solid little season.
Yes, that would be huge for Kevin LePage, although don't count out that 43 car coming into view now. John Andretti comes to the inside of Kevin LePage as we're on the white flag lap here. And Elliott Sadler also trying to battle his way into the Winston as well.
That would be just so big. The year that Petty Enterprises has had lots of cars failing to qualify out of that shop, for them to make it into one of the biggest events of the year.
I think it might just happen.
Oh, we're going to be 3 wide.
Yes, Bodine to the inside, and Elliott Sadler. But at the line, John Andretti will transfer to the Winston NASCAR's All-Star race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, and Sadler and Bodine will get a second chance in an overall win.
So yes, with John Andretti locked into the main event, the second and third place cars from the Open, the 21 of Sadler and the 66 of Bodine, start on the front row for the sprint. Pace car is in, and you thought the last race was wild. Just wait until you see this one. Green flag is out, and good jump there by Elliott Sadler. Another one of those historic teams hoping to have a big night here in Charlotte.
Yes, it would be big for him. It would also be big for Ty Bodine as well. Although Mike Skinner, I think, driving for a bigger team like Richard Childress Racing would just love to. In some ways, it's almost a requirement for him to make a good race tonight.
If that's the second time in 3 weeks you've kind of gotten on Mike Skinner's case, Chip. I don't know. Do you have it out for him or something?
No, I'll just tell the truth, Phil.
Well, Skinner does have a good run there. Oh no! He gets into the side of the 66 of Bodine, and that takes Bodine and Elliott Sadler out of contention here. Skinner now running away, although that 16 car of Kevin LePage is coming back into view. To go on board with Michael Waltrip getting out of a 3-wide battle there to the inside of Ryan Newman. Skinner now coming to 2 laps to go, appears to be in pretty solid position, although LePage and Waltrip are beginning to reel him back in.
Of course, only one Waltrip in the field tonight. Adam Petty is back in his 45 car tonight. I don't think he's going to transfer into the Winston, but he does stand a good chance of making the Coca-Cola 600 next week now. And Michael Waltrip is coming inside of the 31 of Skinner.
Yes, white flag in the air. 2 Richard Andy Dale Rad affiliated cars are going to battle for the win, although Kevin LePage would like to crash their party.
As would Ryan Newman, too. He's coming back into this. What a great run that kid has had tonight.
Yes, he has, Chip, but I don't think it's going to matter as the 3 cars go 3 wide for second place, but Michael Waltrip is going to get that last qualifying position into the Winston, and the Winston's 1996 winner will transfer in once again for another run at it.
Yeah, Michael's never won a race in points, but he has won a Winston.
And now it's time for the big show, the Winston. Steve Park qualified first for this event, followed by Jeff Gordon, and then we've got the Dale and Dale show on row 2. Dale Earnhardt in that special inverted paint scheme tonight, and Dale Jarrett to his inside.
Yeah, great run for Park in qualifying, and all 3 Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars did make the big show tonight, as Michael Waltrip transferred into that final spot.
Yes, Michael Waltrip made it, as well as John Andretti for Petty Enterprises. Great for both of those drivers to get the NASCAR's biggest stage tonight.
Yeah, we go on board with Michael Waltrip here. He does have to start tail of the field, but there's 3 segments, 2 longer segments followed by a short dash to the finish, so he's got plenty of time to move up. That is just a great look back at an amazing field of drivers.
21 of NASCAR's best will battle it out tonight for a prize of over $500,000.
Man, what I would do for $500,000, Bill, I tell you what, I could really use that money. I would love to have that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, Chip, as would all these drivers. And we're going to find out who's going to get it here as they come to the green flag. Steve Park and Jeff Gordon stay head-to-head on the start. If anything, Gordon is actually edging ahead of Park into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, but I do think that bottom line is going to prevail off of turn 2. Gordon falling back a little bit, and Dale Jarrett now getting a good push behind Park.
Tony Stewart as well coming into view. Looks like Jarrett, who won at Rockingham earlier this year, is going to look to the inside of Park. Park will get credited with leading that first lap, but Jarrett is looking to take the lead here, although even Tony Stewart now, winner at Atlanta, is looking to make a big pass here.
Yeah, it's going to be just tight quarters all night like this, Bill. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Terry Labonte coming on the bottom there now, too. Junior, another special paint scheme car tonight, that MLB All-Star Game car.
Stewart leading to go on board with Dale Earnhardt Sr. right behind his son as they are now in the top 5. Earnhardt Sr. has really been on a roll the past few weeks. 4 consecutive top 10s, 2 consecutive top 5s, as Stewart gets a little bit of a gap here down the backstretch. Earnhardt Jr. now looking to make the pass for second on Terry Labonte as his father tries to follow him through.
Yeah, Junior is looking to lead now, and the crowd is just starting to go wild here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, he won this race last year as a rookie, and is looking to perhaps keep up a perfect record here in the Winston.
Yeah, that was some feat last year, winning 2 races in the first 11 weeks, and then winning against NASCAR's best in the Winston. Although his father's pretty good in this race. Oh, and his father is spinning around. Look at that. The 3-car in front of traffic. Ooh, and a hard hit by Rusty. Oh, no, and the 20 of Stewart is flipping over. More cars flipping. Waltrip, Burton, the 6-car of Mark Martin. Everybody's wrecking.
Yeah, the field just got a lot smaller. I think we're counting 7 cars were in that accident, so only 14. Say, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to hold off Bobby Labonte to win segment number 1 here in the Winston at Charlotte.
Yeah, he has 7 less competitors now in segment number 2.
We've reset for the second segment, same length as the first. Coming to the green flag, double file restart with Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That 8-car sure is a rocket ship tonight, Bill. He ran great segment 1. It's really too bad his father didn't show in this race too, because it looked like he had a pretty fast number 3 car as well.
Yeah, he has to fend for himself now as both his father and his teammate Michael Waltrip are out of this race.
Ricky Rudd now has come up for second place and is hounding Earnhardt Jr. for that lead. Rudd and Terry Labonte, 2 of the oldest drivers in this field besides Earnhardt Sr., looking to prove that they still are worthy of being in NASCAR's All-Star event.
Rudd is, talk about an all-star performance. Already won 2 races this year, led the points a couple of times, currently second in points. Definitely looking to be one of the best drivers in the series right now.
Yeah, Terry Labonte now looking to Rudd's inside. Got his teammate Jerry Nagu in tow. Jerry is very good at these mile-and-a-half racetracks. Won Atlanta last year and led a lot of laps here at Charlotte in the 600 in the spring as well. Go back here further. Steve Park is in the middle of this Hornets neck, and his car is going to fall. And but he's starting to come back into view as Terry Labonte leads 3 wide, though. Looks like Jerry Nadeau and now the 88 of Jarrett are going to go to his inside. Jarrett once again leading here as Park tries to follow him through.
Looks like the 25 car of Nadeau got the wall off the corner there, and that's going to give Jarrett a little bit of breathing room out front here in the segment. And coming off turn 4, Dale Jarrett is going to win segment number 2 with Ricky Rudd, his teammate, in second. And here it is, the run for the money, the final segment of the 2001 running of the Winston. It's a short dash compared to the first two. Teammates Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd lead them back to the green flag.
Good launch by Terry Labonte there on the outside. He is going to try to make this 3 wide, but I don't think it's going to work. Jarrett got a pretty good launch too, and actually cleared his teammate Rudd as they come down the backstretch.
Yeah, I would say probably it's between Jarrett, Rudd, and Steve Park. Park is in third, but he started from the pole, has had a good car all night. And then the 2 Ford teammates out front. Look at this, Ricky Rudd to the inside of Jarrett. Looks like he is going to get there, make that pass.
Yes, Rudd now to the inside and is clear of his teammate Jarrett with Steve Park in tow. Man, what a win this would be for him.
He won the Daytona 500. He won at Talladega. He's led the points. The season of Rudd continues here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ricky Rudd beats Steve Park to the line to win the Winston.
We said Daytona was one of the biggest wins in his career, Bill, but this has got to be up there too. And that's a great practice run for NASCAR's longest night next week, the Coca-Cola 600.
Yes, it will be exciting to see what happens in the Coca-Cola 600. Until then, this is Bill and Chip signing off.